You're listening to Movies, Movies, Movies. I'm going to talk about 3 movies coming out Friday, November the 22nd. Frozen 2, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, 21 Bridges. I'm going to start off with 21 Bridges. Now, it's a 40% on Tomato Meter, which is, yeah. But there's no audience score, so the audience might like it. You never know. Alright, it follows an embattled NYPD detective who is thrust into a citywide manhunt for a pair of cop killers after uncovering a massive and unexpected conspiracy. As the night unfolds, lines become blurred on who he is pursuing and who is in pursuit of him. When the search intensifies, extreme measures are taken to prevent the killers from escaping Manhattan as the authorities close all 21 bridges to prevent any entry or exit from the iconic island. Alright, so it's an American thriller film directed by Brian Kirk. Let's see, who has most recently directed episodes of Game of Thrones, FX's The Riches, and Showtime's Brotherhood and The Tudors. He also directed the television film My Boy Jack, starring David Haig and Daniel Radcliffe, and based on the play of the same name. It is produced by Anthony Russo and Joe Russo. I guess they worked together. Collectively known as the Russo brothers, are American film and television directors. The brothers direct most of their work together and occasionally work as producers, screenwriters, actors, and editors. They are best known for directing 4 installments of the Marvel Cinematic Universe: Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War, Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. They are also known for their work on the comedy series Arrested Development, for which they won an Emmy Award, and Community. Alright, it's also produced by Mike LaRocca, Gigi Pritzker, Chadwick Boseman, and Logan Coles. Screenplay was by Adam Mervis, Matthew Michael Carnahan. Oh, I didn't say this. Running time, 100 minutes. Production company is MWM Studios, H Brothers, Gozi Agbo or AGBO, distributed by STX Films. Alright, the cast: Jamie Newman as Leigh, Andrea Lennox as Vonetta Davis, and Sarah Ellen Stevens plays a young Vonetta Davis, Dale Pavinsky as Tom Cheever, Morocco Amari as Deputy Mayor Mott, Gary Carr as Hawk, Victoria Cartagena as Yolanda, Louis Kinkelby as Bush, Alexander Siddig as Adi, Keith David as the Deputy Chief Spencer, Taylor Kitsch as Ray Jackson, Stephen James as Michael Trujillo, J.K. Simmons as Captain McKenna, and he was in he played Jameson in the Marvel Media the Spider-Man trilogy. Okay, J. Jonah Jameson. Okay. I think he also made an appearance in the last Spider-Man film. Far From Home, at the very end. But if you don't remember him from that, I'm trying to. It's just naming a lot of voice acting he's done. This is not. Oh, he done some voices of video games too. Yep, Far From Home. Yep, I was right. Commissioner James Gordon and Zack Snyder's film Justice League. Oh wait, that's yeah. Okay. And let's see. Anyways, also Sienna Miller as Frankie Burns. Let's see what she's from. She began her career appearing in British films with a supporting role in 2004's crime thriller Layer Cake, followed by Alfie. In 2006, Miller portrayed the lead role of Eddie Sedgwick in Factory Girl, followed by a supporting role in Stardust. Okay, Miller would garner mainstream attention in the late 2000 for her role in G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. She also starred in two biographical, Fox Catcher, playing Nancy Schultz, an American sniper, portraying Taya Kyle. Okay. And then Chadwick Boseman as Andre Davis, but Christian Isaiah as young Andre Davis. But let's see who Chadwick Boseman is. Oh. He plays Black Panther in the movie Black Panther. Also, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. He has also had roles in television series Lincoln Heights, Persons Unknown, and the films The Express, The Ernie Davis Story, Draft Day, and Message from the King. Alright. That's it for 21 Bridges. Now let's go to A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. 97% on Tomato Meter. And the critic consensus is, much like the beloved TV personality that inspired it, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood offers a powerful, affecting message about acceptance and understanding. Now, Tom Hanks portrays Mr. Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, a timely story of kindness triumphing over cynicism, based on the true story of a real-life friendship between Fred Rogers and journalist Tom Junod. After a jaded magazine writer is assigned a profile of Fred Rogers, he overcomes his skepticism, learning about empathy, kindness, and decency from America's most beloved neighbor. I like Tom Hanks. I'll probably go see this one. I don't know. Alright, 107 minutes long. Production company is TriStar Pictures, 10 Cent Pictures, and Big Beach. Distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. It's directed by Marielle Heller. Let's see. She's best known for writing and directing the comedy drama film The Diary of a Teenage Girl, and directing the biographical drama film Can You Ever Forgive Me? Now we'll move on to produced by Yuri Hindley, Peter Serif, Mark Turteltaub, and Leah Hulzer. Written by Micah Fisherman-Blue and Noah Harpster. Based on Can You Say ... Hero by Tom Junod. And some of the cast is Chris Cooper as Jerry Vogel, Lloyd's estranged father, whom Lloyd resents over his past. Susan Kalecki Watson as Andrea Vogel, Lloyd's wife and a fan of Rogers' show. Watson herself, a fan of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, described her character as a career woman who faced a unique challenge of patience and adaptation as the mother of a newborn. Matthew Rhys as Lloyd Vogel, a jaded journalist who is assigned to profile Rogers for the magazine Esquire. Vogel is based loosely on a journalist, Tom Junod, whose encounter with Rogers was adapted into the film. Heller described Vogel as the viewer's entry point into Fred's teachings and expressed hope that Vogel's character development would compel viewers to reflect upon themselves. Sorry about the dogs. I shut them up now. Oh, where was I? Alright, then Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers. The creator and host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. To prepare for his role, Hanks visited the Fred Rogers Center at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, for research in Fred Rogers archives, and also watched the 2018 documentary film Won't You Be My Neighbor. At the 2019 Toronto International Film Festival, Hanks recalled watching hundreds of hours of footage of Rogers on set and behind the scenes in order to get into character. Director Mariel Heller noted that Rogers doesn't have the dynamic nature you need for a protagonist for a movie, and considered him the antagonist, who comes into someone's life and flips it upside down through his philosophy and the way he lived his life. And, that is it. Yep, okay. The film had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 7th. It's scheduled to be released this day. Okay. Alright. Now we'll move on to the last one, Frozen 2. It's a 78% on Tomato Meter. Now, the critic consensus says it can't quite recapture the show-stopping feel of its predecessor, but it remains a dazzling adventure into the unknown. Why was Elsa born with magical powers? The answer is calling her and threatening her kingdom. Together with Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven, she'll set out on a dangerous but remarkable journey. In Frozen, Elsa feared her powers were too much for the world. In Frozen 2, she must hope they are enough. Alright, now it's directed by Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee. Now, Chris Buck is an American film director known for co-directing Tarzan, Surf's Up, which was nominated for 2007 Oscar for Best Animated Feature, and Frozen, which won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature in 2014. He also worked as a supervising animator on Home on the Range and Pocahontas. Let's see who Jennifer Lee is real quick. She is a screenwriter, film director, playwright, and chief creative officer of Walt Disney Animation Studios. She is best known as the writer-director of Frozen, for which she earned an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. She is the first female director of a Walt Disney Animation Studios feature film, and the first female director of a feature film to earn more than $1 billion in gross box office revenue. Awesome. Alright, produced by Peter Del Vecchio. And he's a film producer at Walt Disney Animation Studios, where he's also Senior Vice President of Production. He's best known for winning together with directors Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee, an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature for the 2013 film Frozen. Okay. Screenplay by Jennifer Lee. Story by Chris Buck, Jennifer Lee, Marky Smith, Kristen Anderson Lopez, and Robert Lopez. And I didn't say this. Production companies Walt Disney Pictures, Walt Disney Animation Studios, and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. It's 103 minutes long. Now, let's see. Evan Rachel Wood as Queen Iduna, the mother of Elsa and Anna. Jennifer Lee previously provided her single line in the first film. Now, Delaney Rose Stein plays young Iduna. Sterling K. Brown as Lieutenant Destin Mattias, the leader of a group of soldiers who were trapped in the enchanted forest for years. Josh Gad as Olaf, a sentinel snowman created by Elsa's magic. Jonathan Groff as Kristoff, an Iceman who is Anna's boyfriend, and accompanied by a reindeer named Sven. Kristen Bell is Anna, the Princess of Arendelle, and Elsa's younger sister. And then Hadley Getaway and Libby Steubenrock as young Anna. Then Adina Menzel as Elsa, the Queen of Arendelle and Anna's elder sister who possesses magical ice powers. Madia Conforti and Eva Bell as young Elsa. And, additionally, Alan Tudyk reprised voice role as the Duke of Wellington. In case you're wondering. But it's also got a soundtrack that came out a week before the release. Released on November 15th. Yep. Alright, well, I think that is it for Friday, November the 22nd. Frozen 2, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and 21 Bridges. And as always, have fun watching the movies. This show is brought to you by Heartland-Creations. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/Heartland-Creations.